Ready? Here we go. Listen, everybody said, what do you think of the draft? What do you think of the draft? It was okay. I wasn't thrilled with it. I was disappointed in the lack of aggressiveness. And I don't know, obviously you have to have two to tango, and I get all that. I was hoping for more. I would have bet we lost all the money we had made because I took it and I made a secret bet that the Jags would only draft 10. And so I lost everything. I'm
Vikings
sorry.
took 15.
Yeah, I would have thought for sure they would have traded away some of those picks. I know I would have tried for sure. Like, I don't get the, I got 3 in the 4th round. The second round, there's some great names coming off the board, man. I would have jumped up and snagged one. I don't know. So that bothered me. I would have tried to control the board more, move around, up, down, around, compile. It didn't happen. Not thrilled with some of the choices. I felt like maybe a little bit of a reach for the big fella in the 3rd round in the respect that, and he might be a good player, by the way. I say all this with a caveat, and I'm just looking at it as a fan or a broadcaster. But to think he's going to just jump right in and make an impact I don't see that happening. He played 1 year at Ohio State and had a good year. But I thought like he would have still been there in the 4th was my thought. And
we think that a lot now. Dave Caldwell will swear that we know that they were going to. So whatever. How that plays out in 2 or 3 years. Then stop knowing somebody's going to take someone.
I had heard, and I don't know this. I'll ask you which you would.
I hear things.
I had heard they liked their favorite running back was the Taylor kid.
Yeah, thank God they missed him because that to me.
You didn't want him.
Guy's got 900 college carries. That scares me.
Yeah. Well, Derrick Henry had a boatload too.
Yeah, but then he had none for 2 years. His first.
It doesn't scare me as much. I'm big on running backs for 5 years and on.
I would have taken Cam Akers in round 2.
Okay, at 40.
Yeah.
2. Well,
sure. Well, he went 50.
52, yeah.
That's what I would have done, but
okay.
Dave Caldwell went beefier and bigger.
Well, I like
defense.
I like the Chenault. The Chenault one might be my favorite pick of the whole draft.
And he has injury.
Yes, he does.
Histories.
But he's
I get you.
Playmaker.
Yeah.
So
he's been good at second-round receivers.
Yeah.
Chark and Robinson. But the only thing about Chenault is, and we'd heard his name a lot, and the reason he fell from – he could have been in those top 5 guys, but he's got this, including a surgery in March.
Core injury. Yeah, pelvic surgery.
But he's had like a labrum, and he's had some different things.
But anyway, so the Colts traded right in front of the Jags. So I wonder if the Colts knew too.
I wonder. I like the Colts draft, by the way.
And took Taylor. We'll see. Well, they gave Phillip Rivers some weapons is what they did. But proof will be in the pudding in the next couple years. But if you're asking me, and this is what I'm asking you, gang, our drill poll question today, you need to sell your property fast, residential, commercial, call the Edge Group at 904-474-5851, 904-474-5851. Now that the draft is over, expectations for the 2020 Jags. And we already have almost 200 votes. Same old, 4 to 5 dubs is your leader.
Ding, 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 ding.
Minshew Magic gets 8 to 9. That's your best choice. 4 all-rookie team, 6 to 7 wins. And Tank for Trevor, in effect, 23%. I saw many a mock for 2021, the way too earlys, and they all have the Jags picking first.
Well,
I don't
trust that process.
I don't remain like usually after the draft. I get even more optimistic. I haven't had that optimism for this upcoming season yet. Nothing has lit my fire yet.
It hurts you. I'm a little more optimistic. I'm a little higher on C.J. Henderson than you. Not that you're killing C.J. Henderson, but I can get excited about C.J. Henderson.
I told you this over the phone, and I meant this. I think if Jerry Jeudy and C.J. Henderson line up mano-a-mano, I think Jerry Jeudy wins the majority of battles. So I think Jerry Jeudy would be a better player at his position than C.J. Henderson.
Let me ask you
this.
So
I would take Jerry Jeudy.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
But if Julio Jones lined up against Jalen Ramsey 10 times, who do you think's winning 7 or 8? Wouldn't it be Julio?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a harder.
Yes.
There's more onus on that, I guess, to begin with.
Yes.
But your point is, one looks like he could have a lot of Pro Bowls in his future, and the other, you hope he has a lot of Pro Bowls in the future.
Yeah, I don't I would have liked to see when Jalen was playing at his peak, like in 17, him and Julio go mano-a-mano.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Jalen's a fantastic player. That's from on field. That's who you want C.J. Henderson to be.
Yeah.
Now, the Jags also, they can say they didn't. I don't know why they would be embarrassed to admit it. It only is a problem if you're sacrificing talent. And by talent, a large amount of talent. This is so speculative. It's the most ridiculous evaluations ever are the immediate draft grades. They're just stupid. Mm-hmm. And we went over, I don't know if you were listening. I know you're a big fan of the 6 o'clock hour, refused to embrace it as a co-host, but whatever. We're working on you.
Yes.
But we went back to the 2017. Christian McCaffrey got a D+.
Well, there you go.
Pat Mahomes got a C-.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson got a C+, and Leonard got a B+. So there you go. When it comes to immediately deciding if this is a good pick.
It's silly, and that's fair. So anyway, we'll talk a lot about the draft and what's next for the Jags and virtual reality workouts and everything that's coming forward as we enter day 47 of the pandemic.
We've got some trial balloons that are getting floated here from a society standpoint. Good for Florida that we got Georgia's case study right north of us to see how that works. And the NBA going back to their facilities this week is going to forbear what the NFL can do. The NFL may decide to bring their guys together. We got to look, I said this before, and I think we've even talked about it. The Jags are one of those teams that need an offseason. They got a new offensive coordinator. They're changing the defensive scheme, and they've got a second-year quarterback.
Not going to have mini camps and rookie camp.
Not much.
And OTAs and all that probably will be gone. So
I think the NFL's going to have to change their rules about when you can meet with coaches, because you can't do all these team gatherings. You're going to have to allow smaller meetings all year long, right? Tom Brady shouldn't be in trouble for going to Byron Leftwich's house. And that was the story this weekend,
I know,
right?
Silly.
But technically, by rule, you can't contact this time of year.
That's fair.
They should change that.
Some other things I want to discuss. I think coming up around 8:50, it's media day for the Drill Bit Bracket Challenge, representing Beef's Drop-Ins and one-liners will be Beef, and
thank you for having me.
Representing Dan's songs will be me. And Jeff will be along to moderate and ask the questions about tomorrow's showdown.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's
exciting.
Coming up at 8:50. Sad news, very sad news to pass along. Very unexpected. Buster Harvey passes away. We knew Buster forever. He had moved down to Palatka, so had lost touch with him. But everybody I've talked to who knew Buster loved Buster. So thoughts and prayers to his family. I know he had a daughter. And I just was
she's
very
32
sad.
years old. She's a nurse, I believe, in Orange Park.
You
remember one of his top assistants, Lance? Remember Lance from FCCJ?
Sure.
He called in the 6 o'clock hour
did he?
and gave us a
Good.
little perspective on Buster. And it's a shame. This is something else. We think so much in terms of what's affecting us personally. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there are like some big things that you don't think about until it comes up. But like someone like Buster, you can't really have a celebration of his life.
I know, that's what I was talking to my buddy about.
You should have a bunch of people showing up at a funeral at a cemetery this week, because you would get a long list of very accomplished folks that would be there. So, and Buster was, Buster, I said this earlier, when I came to Jacksonville in 1991, Jacksonville was more Myrtle Beach than Tampa. Mm-hmm. Right? It had a small town feel to it. I mean, we played, USBL games in the beach marina out there, and the Flag Center, whatever it was called. The Gator Bowl was a Tinker Toy stadium. It looked like an erector set. Buster Harvey was that.
Yep.
Right, and he was perfect. He thrived in that small town. Fine kids.
FCCJ then built a great program over there, and coached at Edward Waters College. Was interim head coach at JU. Didn't get the job. They gave it to, I think, Hugh Durham. And Buster ended up going down to Palatka, St. John's River, and then they eliminated basketball, and he stayed down there. And but just a good dude, man. And I was sad to see that. Very sad.
I was
just
too.
64. Too.
Yeah,
way too young.
Unexpected. And he beat heart issues, 4 or 5 years ago that they were afraid could have taken him.
Right.
And so now this is just a terrible. And you feel for the family, and when someone like Buster, the family is very extended.
Yep. Right. So a lot to do today, as I said, and update on the. In the 10-minute drill coming up here on the Steps Challenge.
Well, people were wondering,
it's
for sure.
fierce. Yeah. And
there's not a lot of other competition going on.
No, and this is off the charts. So.
I will say this, Dan.
Yes.
I'll save it. I'll let you deliver it, but just a spoiler.
Yeah.
A true harbinger of things to come for you on your walk. A sign.
Yes, that's true. That and more.
And I
have
some interesting news from you from the baseball diamond that you weren't aware of when we returned.
Oh no, I actually watched the 13-2 yesterday. We hammered you.
Oh, that's too bad.
Now, Downtime with Dan on 1010XL. Brought to you by Ameris Bank. At Ameris Bank, you don't have to pay for our attention. Our advice doesn't come with a price tag. See what we're all about at amerisbank.com.
Beef, open your microphone. MEH. What is that word?
Meh.
Meh. Right? Meh.
Eh.
What does meh mean, Beef, real quick?
Indifference.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about the draft with the Jags. Meh. You know, I was looking